I think what separates the Surface Hub from some of its competitors or some other products is that it's not just a video conferencing solution or just a smart board. It's everything that you'd have from all of those worlds combined into one. So it's got cameras for video capability. It's got a whiteboard for whiteboard capability, but it's also got a whole slew of other applications that other systems may not have. Dedicated video systems tend to do video very well. Dedicated whiteboard systems do whiteboard very well. But what the Surface Hub does is bring all sorts of applications, modalities, Skype for Business, Exchange, Miracast, all these different things together into a collaborative experience. Also, if the application that you're looking to run on the Surface Hub isn't available as part of the store or it's just not feasible to put on there, you can use Miracast and bring that technology with you, either on a Surface or a phone, or even plug in HDMI and take that content and incorporate it in here. So think photo editing or video editing or even some other conferencing application that's not embedded here. You can inject that using HDMI Miracast. So I think the top collaboration features of the Hub are the integrations to Skype for Business and Exchange. With Exchange integration and Skype for Business integration, I get the ability to have one-touch meeting joins by simply tapping on a meeting, instantiating a Skype for Business call, and joining remote participants already in session. If people are dialed in from their mobile phones or their desk phones, if they're joined from their Skype clients, they'll all be present here. And hey, you can wave now. Look at that. So the cameras are now instantiated, and this is the power of the collaboration, is having video built in, but not the focus. The focus is the canvas on which you collaborate. To me, this is the most powerful piece of the Surface Hub. So there's a few things that the Surface Hub solves that are challenges with corporate meetings. I think the first of which is, how do you start the meeting? In a lot of solutions where I've got video on the wall or some sort of technology in the room, it tends to be way too difficult to start the meeting. It takes 10 to 12 minutes just to get logged in, get numbers right, and get people joined in from various places. Since this leverages Skype for Business and I have a one-touch join, joining a meeting takes that long. It also solves the problem of plugging in cables to laptops and getting adapters and projectors aligned with screens and focused and all of that nonsense that comes with a meeting. With Miracast built in, HDMI capability to plug in, I've got some modern, cool ways of presenting my content without having to figure out adapters in different technology spaces. I think my favorite feature of the Surface Hub is just the access to the store apps on the Microsoft Store. So you can see if I look at the apps that I've already installed, I've got the Office apps and PowerPoint and Excel. I've also installed Candy Crush because why not? It's in the store. I want to see if it'll work. It'll work great. One of my favorite apps that I have on here is called TechSmith Loop. TechSmith Loop is just a video tool. There's nothing particularly proprietary about it. You can install this on any PC. But what you can do is make this content collaborative. So let's take, for example, 2 CPR videos and compare them. So now I've got my 2 videos up, I can play them. One of these CPR videos is a good way of doing it, and one is probably the best practice. So from a training perspective, this is a good way of highlighting maybe a not so good but still okay method, and then the best method. And taking this content and looking at it detailed, in a very detailed manner, and having that in a collaborative space. So I can invite people to participate in this content review. So think video training, food prep training, just any sort of video review, and making it collaborative. So this is an example of taking a tool that's normally used for video editing and that kind of thing, but giving it some sort of training applications. So the Windows Store apps are my favorite.